What's up, people of the universe? Did you hear that? Yo, what's up, people of the universe? Today we're going to be looking at this Kiriko. I saw it and I was like, we've got some interesting things here. So, hello. I'm a new Kiriko main, and I've realized that I've been having trouble with heal botting, W awareness. I like that. I was playing a few quick play games not too long ago, and I was hoping someone could review them and give me some advice. Normally, I only go to YouTube, so I look up tips, but none of it's been helping. So I figured coming here would help. I want to really stack up on all the advice I can get, as I'm hoping to get into Face-It or eventually OWCS. Let's fucking go. Love comp players. It's a long shot, I know, but it sounds insanely fun to me. Okay, cool. And this person's got 5 codes listed. Now, I'm not going over 5 replay codes. Hilarious. But I'm going to go over this Numbani one, and we're going to see from there. Maybe we might go over one of the quick play ones, but just like for the person watching this, I would recommend getting into ranked, because ranked is like the most, it's like, this is gonna sound stupid, but it's the closest like competitive experience you're gonna get to playing ranked. There's no point trying to practice Kiriko in quick play, because it's not going to be the same environment as ranked. Does that make sense? Like, you just want to play ranked, even if it feels kind of like off and weird. Like you would rather practice someone in a more like, okay, if you wanted to, get in a bodybuilding competition and you wanted to win, you wouldn't do like random bullshit just around, the few months of training that like you need to do to get there. You would go and do what is actually like the most valuable and like the most like, I'm kind of rambling, but like the most like muscle stimulating, like the way you're actually going to build muscle. Playing ranked versus quick play is kind of like the same thing, where it's like, sure, are you going to get better playing quick play? If you're practicing, you can, but the environment isn't going to be as competitive, and there's no reason to play it, right? So you'd rather play quick play. So because you've already said I kind of have trouble with hill botting, I'm gonna kind of look at this for like the first few fights, and I'm gonna see what's going on, because usually hill botting isn't isn't like the main issue. It's usually the symptom of a previous problem, like a positioning problem or a mindset problem. I also don't know what rank this is. I'm assuming it can't be too high. No offense. Is it? Yeah. I don't think there's any rank here. Yeah, there's not. Okay, but we'll just see. Because usually hill botting excessively comes from like previous things that you either do or don't do, that kind of brings you into like hill botting. Okay, so we're doing this. There's not really too much going on, but you could be helping a little bit, and I'll kind of go over that in a sec. Okay. I'm gonna just keep going a little bit. Boom. Okay. I'm gonna ask you in a second. Hold on. Okay. If I were to pull up the scoreboard, how much damage do you think you're gonna have? Right, like how much damage do you think you're gonna have? I think you have 0. Unironically, I think you're gonna have 0. And there we go. So the first problem straight away, and this is going to be really easy to fix. I'm not asking you to change your positioning, even though that is definitely something I want you to start doing. When you're healing, and I'll show you, right? So this is the first thing I want you to change. You want to start doing more damage, but don't get overwhelmed by that. The first thing you can actually start doing is, when you're playing Kiriko, when you're healing, there's a small buffer in between being able to heal, which means you can heal, shoot, heal. If you just hold down the mouse buttons, that's what happens, right? So if you do that, you're going to automatically add in just a couple of shots, and that's going to help you to do damage. Now, the second thing is that I think you're unaware that you can even like do damage in a like in a weird way. Like, you could do damage, but you don't actively think about it, right? So first off, very quickly, you just like hold down both of your mouse buttons. The second thing is that your positioning makes you passive, right? Because you'll notice that like the whole time this fight goes on, you're kind of playing behind your tank, which, one, it kind of puts you in this mindset of like, okay, I just have to heal this guy because this guy's getting shot by all of these guys. But two, because you're playing here specifically, you aren't really able to get any good damage because there's a Reinhardt here. If you started up here, you could shoot them as they came down here, and then when the enemies are standing over here, you could even, wall climb over here, try and shoot them from above. Because what this does is it stops you from needing to heal in the first place. Because healing is something you do to kind of help your teammates. But it's not something you do, like, predictively to, like, keep people up. You know, they get shot, you heal them. But the way you can stop them from getting shot in the first place is, for example, if this Moira is trying to, or let me get a good example here, right? It's like if this Juno is trying to heal her team and shoot your team, you can walk over here, shoot her, drop, and like try and kill her. And that's going to stop her from actually being able to get anything done. Because if you kill her, cool, that's great. But if you shoot her, then you force her to hide behind the wall. And now she can't do anything, which makes it harder for the enemies to actually shoot your teammates, right? So like, those are just two things immediately that we can get started on. Just actually shoot, because right now, a big thing about the heal bot mentality is that you feel like you always need to heal. Right now, if you didn't heal for 5 seconds, would someone die? The answer is no. No one's going to die if you stop healing right now. Like, you know, Arissa's fortified, Tracer's up here. You like, cool, heal the Tracer, that's fine. But right now, no one needs healing. There is not a single person on your team who actually has lost any health. So what is the point in healing, right? Just shoot. And heal botting comes down to two things. Number one, you like do this weird thing where like you'll heal people even though they're at like, you know, 695 HP or, you know, 595, right? When they've taken no damage, you heal, and then I'll go over the other thing later. But like right now, everyone's full HP. Shoot, if you put more pressure on the enemies, you stop taking damage, your team stops taking damage, which means you can just do more damage in the first place, right? Because look at your Tracer, okay? Your Tracer, you know, gets behind them, right? So let me pull this up. So right now, the enemies are shooting you, and then Tracer goes to shoot them. So naturally, the enemies start focusing on the Tracer. But now that Soldier and Juno are focused on your Tracer, who are the Soldier and the Juno shooting? Well, not anyone like on their team and no one on your team, right? So if you can just shoot, put pressure on people, they're going to be able to do a lot less to you. But like now I'm going to speed up just because I don't want to keep going over the same things. Like, I don't like your positioning because you're kind of standing in open space, but no one's going to shoot you yet. I'd rather you stand up here or up here because you can still heal, but you're on a way safer angle and you can shoot people, right? You can see. You can stand here, you can shoot people still, you can heal, but it's harder for them to hit you on accident. If they're trying to shoot the Orisa, they're going to hit you on accident, right? Okay, we're shooting. The Suzus have been a bit iffy, but I'm not going to worry about that right now because we have bigger fish to fry, okay? Just, like, actually doing damage. Again, Orisa, like Orisa doesn't need healing. Shoot gun. Ryan's walking on your Orisa. Soldier's walking on your Orisa. Shoot the Soldier. He has to run away. Shoot the Ryan. He has to run away, and you don't have to heal in the first place. Instead, you're not really contributing to the fight. Like, yeah, you're healing, but healing is like 70% as valuable as damage in this game. And here, okay, Suzu is meant to be used when someone's going to die if you don't use it on them. So let me ask you the question, and try and think about this every time you see a Suzu. Did this Suzu save your Orisa's life? No, it's actually, if I go back through the replay, I believe it's completely worthless. It's a completely worthless Suzu. Yeah, like, she got 30 health from that. It's a completely worthless Suzu, and it wasn't necessary. Just hold on to it, so that if you're gonna die, or someone's actually gonna die, then you actually have it. Okay, whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, is that damage the first damage I've seen in 1 minute and 15 seconds? So look, it's good that you did damage here. We need to be doing this all of the time. Shoot your gun all of the time. Okay, now Orisa needs healing. So heal her a little bit, right? Because she's going to die if you don't. Now, she's kind of at a position where she's not going to die. So now what? Just go start shooting. And if we want to get a bit advanced, a bit more technical, once the Orisa's okay, and the enemies are going to try and walk forward, right? Think about where the enemies are going to look. They're going to look this way, right? So what you could do, because you're playing Kiriko, you can wall climb up here, walk over here, or if you want, you could stay here and shoot. It's a bit passive, but it's something you can do. You can wall climb, walk all the way over here. None of them can see you, and then drop and start shooting them in the back. Because what this does is it lets you be more likely to get a kill, and then the enemies are going to be forced to make one of two choices. Either they're going to keep looking this way because they want to shoot those guys, or when you engage behind them and you start actually doing damage, they turn around to shoot you, but then they stop looking at your team again. That takes pressure away from your team. That's less you have to heal. But then you might be asking, well, what happens when they look at us? Because that's what they're usually going to do. Well, there's a cooldown here called Swift Step, but we're just going to call it TP. And it allows you to TP to teammates, right? So you can kind of see the vision, right? Go in, engage, and then when they look at you, you just TP out to safety. Because what that does is it creates a small window of like opportunity for your team to actually start doing. Wow. Okay, hold on, right? And it allows your team to actually do stuff without getting pressured. So there, that like if you want to think about it like math wise, this soldier can no longer do damage to your team. So you've effectively done like a fifth of the healing that you'll ever need to do in this fight simply by killing that guy, and you don't actually need to do healing, and now you can keep shooting, right? Overwatch is like a tug of war of like who can output the most pressure, and usually people who kind of play like you are right now, they don't output the most amount of pressure. Good, Suzu. I would definitely rush that a little earlier. So there is so many things to talk about here. Okay, you might want to get a notepad out, right? So the Suzu's fine. Issue number one, again, I was thinking about like an Earth Shatter here, but he doesn't have it because he's trash. Okay, but issue number one, we're standing in open space. So like if this Ryan walks up, like now, right? The Ryan walks up. If he has Shatter, it's literally game over. You get shattered open space, and that's why you want to play up here on the high ground over here. Or like over here, why? Because the Ryan can't reach you. So like that's issue number one. I can't speak today. I'm terribly sorry. Okay. Issue number two is that I think you could have rushed a lot earlier. When you see the Ryan commit in and he's like very far forward. I mean they do have the ring, but that's whatever, right? When you see the Ryan come forward, the rest of his team is naturally going to come forward, which means it's going to be really good to pop the rush like down here so that you can go kill them. Because here, you kind of held it for too long, and the fight had already started, and people, like, you almost got shattered, they popped the Juno ult, so now you're at a big disadvantage, and even when you do place the ultimate, again, because you're in open space, you die, but the ult is too late because you are already dead. If you popped it earlier, you would live, and then it would be a lot easier for your team to win, but fortunately, they win. So, your main issues right now are just the fact that you aren't doing enough damage. You need to simply press your left or your right click more. I don't know what button you've got it on. And, number two, don't type to the people in game chat. I don't care what they're saying. It's irrelevant. Lock in and walk forward, get some damage in. And like, you're a bit of a unique case because, like, you don't have a heal bot problem. Like, people have a heal bot problem, but they still do some damage. Like, here, like, you do some damage. But you have, like, I have damage unbound. That's your problem, right? You need to just shoot more. And the reason why your team is dying, by the way, is your second big issue. Is that you have tunnel vision, right? You're so tunnel visioned on this Orisa that you miss what's happening around you, and that's partly like aided by the fact that again you're playing in this very like front to back way behind your Orisa in this open space. It's hard to know what's going on, which is why you want to be over here or just somewhere that's not in this like big square. Because if we go bird's eye view, look around you, right? Like pay attention to what's going on like around us here. Tracer, she goes on the right. You do see this guy, which is good, but then you get so focused on this Orisa, which again isn't really a good thing because she's not even taking any damage. Like she's fine. You see, like, you don't see the soldier on over here, and she gets pushed by two. She dies, and guess what? I mean, like, you didn't have Suzu. I mean, like, why did you use Suzu here? Yeah, okay. Well, like, you don't have Suzu because you wasted it, because again, no one was gonna die, which is whatever. But if you had Suzu in this situation, and you had the awareness that this stuff was happening on the side, you could turn around, Suzu this Sojourn, and actually help her win this like fight over here, right? But instead, la 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 la, we're so focused on healing this guy when it's completely unnecessary that we're letting everyone else walk around us, right? And like now the fight's over. So look, you have a lot of issues. Like, no offense, like you've got a lot that is not good about your gameplay right now. But I'd say the main one is that you're standing behind your tank too much, right? Or no, okay, let me. You know what? No, that's fine. So let's go over 3 quick things, right? And I think they'll continue over the rest of this game. Number 1 is that you just follow your tank too much and you're only paying attention to them. Naturally, this puts you in a bit of an open space position, which is very dangerous for you because if someone peeks down this lane, like here, and they shoot you, you don't have a quick way to like get to cover. That brings me to the second point. When you're playing Overwatch, you 99% of the time always want to be near a piece of cover, and like cover is just obviously something on the map that is going to stop you from taking damage. So like if you get shot here, you just go on the right and you're safe. And then number 3, and this is the most important one, I should have done it before, you need to shoot more. Shoot way more. Shoot your gun way more. This is going to help you be more aware. You're going to help with the pressure, and you're going to keep your teammates alive because you're more aware. So here's good. I like this. I don't know why we suddenly did this. So like you see, so the only reason you see these guys on the right is because your tank walked forward, and like because you're walking forward with them, which is bad to do as well. You see your Tracer on the right fighting this guy, so then you TP in. Now, the play itself, I don't usually like to TP in Suzu, but like it's got some good heart in it, right? And then, whoa, you see, as soon as you do damage, you fucking frag out, and you kind of did it on accident there, right? You like engaged, and then you forced the Tracer to like make a choice. Is she gonna help the Ryan in the front over here, or is she gonna shoot you guys? Because she's shooting at you guys, she's not on your team. But then look, when you get put in danger, you just TP out. I want you to do that more. Like do that there more often. Now it's kind of convoluted as to how you do it. Oh, you walked into the dragon. I don't recommend doing that. So I'll kind of go over like how to do that gameplay loop a bit more often. After this review. Okay, so the only reason you're not dead right now is because the tree got in the way of the shutter. But like, can you see? Because you're focused on just playing front to back with your ram, you know, you're directly behind the ram. So anything your ram takes, you are also gonna take. It's just that the tree blocked the line of sight of like of the shutter, so you got lucky. Okay, so you go for a flank, but it's too late because your team's already dead. Okay, so yeah, going here was just too early. I like the idea. It's passionate, but you have no one to TP out to, so it's too risky. All you've got to do is just wait over here or slowly inch forward a little bit as the cart goes, and then wait for your team to come back. You know, for example, your ram, then engage from behind them, because again, you're going to create that sort of distraction. And also, because you can just 1v1 people decently well, you might even get a kill. But you went in too early. So, that was good, though. I like the idea. The timing was just too early. Okay, good stuff. Again, playing behind the tank. Playing behind the tank. Open space. The rush is good because the run's a bit committed in. Damage, good. Okay, so, like, this damage is really good because you see how much it forces the Ryan to back up, and then if he stays in, well then he dies, right? You helped contribute to that. So by doing damage, you didn't even need to heal in the first place. Was that Suzu necessary? Not quite. And you're very unaware, and you're very reactive. Like, I mean, reactive is good, but like you're very just slow to figure out what's going on, because most of your attention, in fact all of it, is just focused on what's in front of you, and like usually that's going to be the tank. And then, you know, whatever your tank does, if your tank makes a good play, you're going to make a good play. If your tank makes a bad play, then you're going to make a bad play, right? Or like your teammates, for example. You never try to get in, like behind people or like to the side of people, right? What's the point of this Suzu? Is it even aimed at anyone? No. Who is this Suzu here? No one. So, like, you do damage sometimes. Okay. I actually have a bit of a unique idea for this review because I think it'll be helpful to you. So, some things that I can say that you need to work on is, number one, shoot your gun more. Just shoot more. You don't need to change anything. Like, you can play the same way. Just use the damage more often, and you'll be more likely to get value. Number two, stop following your tank so much. They don't always need so much healing. You don't need to follow them around all the time, and because you follow them around all the time, you become very unaware of what's going on around you, and you know, your DPS dies, your support dies. And then leading on to number three, because you're playing in that kind of way, where like you're playing follow the leader, you end up in open space most of the time, which is going to be very bad for you. So let me kind of go over a few things, which I think is going to help you. In terms of when should you heal, because healing is important. Usually, you want to heal when people are, like, critical or something like that. Anywhere under half health is usually when you want to heal them. But then when do you want to stop healing them, right? You want to stop healing them when they're not really in danger of dying anymore. So right now, this guy's very much in danger of dying. So I'm going to heal up a bit. Maybe heal a bit more. Now he's fine. Like, he's not full HP, but he's fine. And in between my healing, I can... Oh, well, I missed. Hold on. Right? In between my healing shots, like I said earlier, I can do this, shoot, and that pressure is going to stop the enemy from even shooting your teammate in the first place. And let me show you this, right? So what you do, and what a lot of Kiriko players do, is that they'll just sit here, heal this guy. Okay, come on. You know, I need to keep healing this guy. I need to make sure he stays full HP. Come on. Okay, heal. Yeah. Okay, cool. Heal. This is very, like, neurotic, and it's very unnecessary. Heal enough so that they don't die, and then shoot gun. Because shooting your gun is going to be way more valuable, right? Now, though, I want to quickly get into a quick play game, and I want to show you generally how Kiriko should be played. So I want to focus on the three things that I think you should work on. You know, having uptime, and uptime is just like, you know, a term for doing damage over, like doing a lot of damage over the game, like over a long period of time, because you're going to be consistently outputting pressure onto the enemies by shooting, and healing also counts as that as well. But I'll explain how I'm going to be doing that. And when it comes to following your tank, it's good to heal your tank, of course, but one, you don't always need to be, you know, always following them all of the time, and two, like, you need to be paying attention to other people around the map. And then the third thing is that I think you'll benefit a lot from using cover to stop yourself from getting shot by people. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a game of Kiriko, and I'm going to go over my thought process, right? It might be a bit difficult to kind of see everything that's going on, but I'll do my best to explain. Try and look at where I'm standing, who I'm healing, who I'm shooting, when I take angles, right? Because you remember I kind of talked about taking off angles. I mean, I didn't call them off angles, but that's what they are, right? You take angles to kind of attract attention away from your team mid-fight, and then going in. Like, basically, this is just going to be like a full, like, quick guide of, like, how I play Kiriko to win my games. And I'll show you my credentials, I guess, on Kiriko, which I don't play a lot. And, you know, my win rate isn't, like, amazing. You know, I've actually got a negative win rate, which is pretty... How is that negative? Whatever, right? But, like, if you compare my damage to your damage, like, mine's probably a decent bit higher than you. Sure, my healing's a bit low, but, you know, allow me, right? That's like my all-time Kiriko, right? And I've played most of Kiriko on console when I wasn't as good, alright? So I think the first two things you're gonna notice is that I'm not actually focused on my tank too much. I'm actually more focused on healing. Or on healing. I'm losing my mind. I'm more focused on doing damage just in general. The way you're thinking is, okay, I'm gonna heal people, and then when I think they're good, I'm gonna start damaging. The way you should think is, okay, I can do damage until someone needs healing. Okay, I'm shooting, right? I'm not playing with my hog. I probably should have suited that guy, but my bad, right? I'm shooting. Hog's fine. He doesn't need healing right now, right? So I can shoot. It's gonna put pressure on the enemies. Now maybe he needs a bit of healing, but I still want to go shoot. Okay? And now, because the enemies are very busy with my team, I can get behind them. And like you see how much pressure I'm putting on them? Like, I'm missing my shot, sure, but you see how they have to run away. You know, they're not looking at my team. I got trapped. Okay, Suzu so I don't get hooked. Okay, now my Hog needs healing, so I'm gonna go for it. Unfortunately, I can't heal out of that anyway, right? And like I'm not playing just completely behind him. Okay, now, again, I don't really need to heal my teammates right now, so I can go for damage. Like, they're fine. I'm paying attention to what's going on. They're chill. We're good. I have to TP out because I'm getting in danger. But like you can see, I'm not really playing constantly behind my team all of the time. I'm trying to Suzu my Sierra because she's actually going to die if I don't. I'm going to try and heal Hog. There we go. Trying to shoot the Mercy. I'm whiffing every shot. I'm literally whiffing every shot right now. Hold on. Let me lock in. Okay, I'm going to shoot a bit. I'm going to Suzu my Hog so that he doesn't die. And now I'm going to flank. And you see, Hanzo looks at me. The Bap has to look at me. And that makes it a lot easier for my team to fight on the point. I don't know how he died so fast. Like, I'm going to rush it. Just so we can try and win the point. There we go. Almost killed the Bap. Oh, he didn't die. Oh my god, I'm dead. Hold on. I'm going to try and flank again. Oh my god, they're all here. Help me! Okay, sorry. This is a bit of a chaotic game. But like you'll see, like the times my teammates have died, I haven't really been able to out-heal them anyway, right? I haven't been able to out-heal the damage they take. I'm still healing, but I'm not only healing. Because the more pressure I can put on the enemies, the harder it's going to be for them to do damage, right? You know, I'm looking around. Yeah, I see Hog's going in. He's probably dead. I'll try and go for a Suzu. That's fine. Right? Like, there's nothing I can really do about that. And you'll notice, right, I'm always playing close to the wall so that if I do get hooked or something, I can go behind it to hide. And I'm gonna shoot. I'm playing behind the wall. Again, he hooks. I dodge it, right? Because I'm playing behind the wall. Now I do have to wait for my team to come back, so there's not much I can really do. But I can put pressure on them. It makes it harder for them to walk forward. I see that my Sierra's here. And I'm just gonna be aware of that. I dropped on accident, but I kind of created an angle here. I pressed E on accident. So now, right, my team's going in, so now I can create an angle. I can kill the Mercy, and now that they have no Mercy, it's going to be really hard for them to actually win the fight, right? And me killing that Mercy has more value than me healing my Hog. Does that make sense? Because I'm taking someone out of the fight temporarily, whereas if I'm healing, well then they're going to keep taking damage because the enemies are like going to stay alive. And I've still got a good amount of healing here. Suzu, exactly when he's gonna die, right? Like, I don't use it for no reason. I wait till he's actually gonna die, and then I go in. I see Junk here. He's distracted. I can go in on him, and I'm gonna get out when things get a bit bad. So like, Armor was crit. My Hog was critical. He gets headshot. Nothing I can do. And now that now that my team doesn't really need healing, I'm gonna go back to doing damage. Gonna pay attention to them, making sure they're not just dying for no reason. Okay, we're good. So when you're playing against Hog, for example, you can wait for a hook, and if you see a teammate get hooked, well then just have the Suzu ready and miss it, obviously, because you're a chud. I'm gonna pop my rush just because why not? I didn't want to die with it. So there I walked into the trap. It's unfortunate, right? But you can see I'm not only healing and I'm not Suzuing all of the time. I'm mostly doing damage actually, and that damage is just by nature making it harder for them to walk in and shoot my team, which means I don't even have to heal as much, and I can't showcase it to you like too much on this map because this map doesn't have the greatest angles. But I'm trying my best to take angles in the middle of the fight so that I can distract the enemies here. It's like, okay, I see. Oh, he gets hogged again. I can't really help with that, but I can shoot the Hog. Maybe make him look at me. Yep, cool. Look at me. And then when I get put in danger, I'm going to use my TP to get out. I Suzu the Hog. Why? Because I feel like he's in a decent amount of danger. Heal her. Now she's good, and now I can go and keep doing damage. Boom. Junk dead. Hanzo dead. And like you'll notice, I barely even needed to heal anyone, because we killed them before they could even do enough damage, right? And I'm trying to make this as like simple to understand as possible. But like, let me know in like the comments or something, or message me on Reddit if this doesn't make sense. But like, you can see like how much more control I've got over the game because I'm doing damage. So like, my Hog's in, he's distracting. I can go in a little bit, and like for that like split second, like the Hanzo looking at me and not my teammates, you know, maybe. maybe I'm able to keep him from killing my team, right? Again, they changed to look at me. Why, like why do I go in then? Because it, you know, it's an easy angle to get to, and they're trying to go through the choke, and I can shoot him in the back. So now I'm gonna hide. I'm gonna heal when he needs it, but he doesn't need full healing. Okay, he did. My bad. So like that was a mistake on my end, truthfully. And like I'm just shooting, right? I mean, I have no one else to heal, so I'm gonna try and shoot. Oh no! I'm in this really weird position where I'm probably dead. Okay, I'm gonna Suzu, and I'm gonna run away. And like here, you can see I'm distracting all of these people, so that there's like no one actually shooting my team. Now, unfortunately, I TP'd into the hog, but you can see in practice, right? The BAP was looking at me, the junk was looking at me, and if there's no BAP or junk shooting my team, well then how is it possible that they can lose? They can't. They can't lose because they don't have enough damage to kill my team. And that's where Kiriko's really strong. Not only because she has Suzu and TP and her damage and healing is pretty good, it's the ability to draw the aggro from like one line of sight to you, and then you just TP out. And you know, it's like I don't really have a lot of healing, but like we're doing pretty good in the fight, right? So now I want to talk about how to use the Kitsune rush, because I haven't really talked about it. I'm gonna Suzu the hog. Why? Because he's gonna die. I'm gonna pop the rush here. Why? Because they're already committed in, and like they have to fight to get out of the ultimate here. I tried to Suzu the hog, unfortunately. I'm gonna use cover so that I can TP away. And again, I haven't talked about it too much, but I'm using cover constantly so that it's really hard to actually kill me. Right, you know, over here, if they want to shoot me, well, they can't because I'm using cover, right? Oh, you want to chase? Oh, cover, he can't hook me. And here, I'm able to constantly distract the Roadhog and miss all of my shots. I'm going to try and walk in because they're going to touch. I'm going to TP out. Why? Because I'm getting put in danger. And like you can see, for that split second, because I was distracting people, they couldn't actually push the point all the way. So here, I'm going to heal when they're in trouble. But I can weave in the damage in between. You see? Okay, that armor just walks in. We're in a pretty shit spot, to be honest. So I'm going to try and heal, damage, try and heal, damage. And I'm going to end up dying with the hog as well, maybe. Unless I can TP out, please. There we go. I can TP out when I'm in danger, baby. Let's go. And like, I'm only really healing when my team's actually taking damage and really getting shot. Otherwise, I'm always looking for damage to do. Okay, she's off. I'm going to heal. Cool. Now she's good. Now I go back to shooting. Okay, I'm going to try and get up here. Okay, ideally, I would want to do that from not in front of his face, but there's not much I can do. So I'm going to shoot. Pressure. He has to use hook on me, and then boom, he gets distracted, and my hog can hook him, right? Because he's not paying attention to my teammate, he's dead. Oh, I'm trapped. How did the trap even get here? That makes no sense. Okay, hog, he needs like a bit of healing, but like otherwise he's fine, right? The hog isn't even getting shot at, so I don't really need to heal him. Okay, now I want to show you a flank. Right, so the enemies are going to walk down the choke, and I'm going to get seen by the junk, so I'm going to TP out, right? That's fine. I'm going to heal so that she doesn't die. I'm going to hide from the tire. And apparently there's just a bajillion ults on me. Okay. I'm going to wait for them to walk in, and then I'm going to pop rush. Maybe not the best rush, but like, you see how they're like a bit committed in? They're going to have a hard time actually playing in that rush, and they have to back up. And that's going to give us easy kills. So shoot. Here when I need to. Shoot. I'm going to Suzu because I think he's going to die. And in between... No way I'm that bad. And in between my healing, I'm doing damage. Because it's just free value, right? Like there's no point in not. Okay. Oh my god. I'm having an interesting game. Okay. Here. I'm going to heal when I need to. I'm going to Suzu because I see him get hooked. Unfortunately, he gets hooked off the map. There's nothing I can do. I'm going to heal him when he needs it. TP out when I'm in danger. Like now I'm in open space, and you're gonna see I'm dead. Why? Because I'm in open space, right? Now, unfortunately, we're probably gonna end up losing this game. But like you can see how there's a lot more control on my end to actually get stuff done. I've got tons of damage. I've got a good amount of healing, and now like it does look pretty bad because it's like, oh Kai, they have so much healing, and like that's probably why you lost. you know, sure, it's part of it, but I think it's more, it's more so the fact that this guy's 9 and 14, right? So it was really easy for them to, like, win. But you can see how I've got a lot more control in that game. I'm able to do damage. You know, I can pressure people out. I'm still healing. It's not like I'm not healing at all. It's that I like over healing is always going to be worse than doing a bit of healing, a bit of damage, flanking here and there, using our Suzu correctly, using our ult correctly, right? Because sure, you can farm up numbers with your healing, but if you don't use the rest of our kit like correctly and effectively, you're going to end up having like a 50% win rate, and you're going to get stuck in a certain rank because you're not doing enough to win. But I know this wasn't like a conventional like VOD review or anything, but I hope you found this helpful. And, I wish you luck on your pro journey. And if anyone watching this is curious in getting their own personal coaching, you can check out the first link in the description. I'm doing free calls right now. So you can just book one. We'll talk kind of in a similar fashion to this, where I'll explain stuff to you. You can ask questions, all that good stuff. And if you're interested in getting like more in-depth information on just Overwatch, because I've poured a lot of time into this game, and I could save you probably a good like few hundred hours, like skipping all of the learning, the trials and error, so that you could just get the information you need specifically for you, implement on it, and then you'll be able to rank up a lot faster. You can check out the second link in the description for my Overwatch Mastery School, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.